The outgoing Vice-Chancellor of the Federal University FUOYE, Professor Sunday Abayomi Fasina, has been commended for his far-reaching impact on the institution. Speaking on the achievement of the outgoing Vice-Chancellor on Wednesday, 4th of February 2026 in Puff TV studio in Ado-Ekiti, the director of the Institute of Distance Learning FUOYE, Professor Omolade Adeleke, said Fasina's tenure at FUOYE recorded significant advancements in all sectors.
I want to give kudos to Professor Sunday Abayomi Fasina, the outgoing VC of Federal University of Ekiti. He really invested much in terms of training and human development. Before Professor Abayomi came on board, the total population of FUOYE students is around 20,000. But now, population of FUOYE now is around 56,700.
That's serious.
That's why we are the most subscribed. In fact, in the Southwest, we are the fourth most subscribed university in Nigeria today.
And how old is the university?
We are barely, I think, 12 years now. Started 2013, and we led OAU, we led UI in that particular ranking. UNILA came first, followed by UNILORI, followed by LASU. FUOYE number 4 out of 303 universities in Nigeria.
Adeleke noted that when the outgoing Vice-Chancellor was announced as the VC of FUOYE in March 2021, he was fully prepared for the demands of leadership.
When you have a leader that is prepared, there are some leaders, they got to a position by chance. Professor Abayomi prepared for this position. He had already had his template before he assumed duty as the VC.
He knew what to do.
He knew what he wanted to do from the blast of the whistle. I came back to Nigeria 2019 November. I visited him. He was DVC then. And he said, Adeleke, how are you? You are back to the country. And I said, yes. I have asked some people to write proposal on part-time program for FUOYE, but I don't know what they are doing. They are just dilly-dallying. Can you write it? I said, no problem, sir. I will. And I did. I wrote the proposal. In 2020 March, he took the proposal to the Senate of the university, and it was approved to start the part-time program then. But unfortunately, COVID-19 set in. We could not start the part-time programs. You see? So, but, it is just the God's doing, because God knows that He is the architect of that program and He will be the one to implement it. So we did not know God used that COVID-19 to delay so that He will come. He never knew He would become VC. March 2021, He was announced as the VC of FUOYE. And sir, He was in Abuja where He was announced. I was in Ado. I called him. Oga, congratulations on your appointment. He said, yeah, Adeleke, thank you very much. We bless God. Okay, now, enough of congratulations now. That now, that proposal of part-time that you wrote? Please, before I land in Ekiti, make sure you prepare a template for the implementation of that part-time programs. I was baffled. Now, I was flexing with my friend, rejoicing with some bottle of drinks, trying to rejoice with him. Somebody that was trying to rejoice is already planning on how to. That is to tell you how prepared he was for this. So that is why all these achievements, during his tenure, it's not a surprise to me.
He also spoke about other areas of Professor Fasina's impact in FUOYE.
Professor Fasina is an achiever. And I can say that with my full chest, that what the legacy is leaving behind, the person coming in, Professor Ogunwole, knows that he has to work very well to surpass what Professor Fasina has done. Because he is part of the community. He knows everything. He knows where we were and where we are now. If you get to the university today, you will see blue roofs. His legacy is what we call blue roofs. All the buildings that you see blue roof today, they were all built by Professor Sunday Abayomi Fasina. And during the press conference, was it the day before yesterday, they were counting those blue roofs number, and they are about 400. Massive one in a tenure. Buildings, it is highly unprecedented. It may interest you to know that we only have 8 faculties before. Now we have 18 faculties. We have less than 20 departments. Now we have about 50 departments now. Our professors are less than 40 before. We are now talking about professors in the region of 250. We do not have faculty, we do not have college of medicine, we don't have nursing. All these ones, we don't have all these basic medical sciences. He came, he brought medicine, he brought law, he brought, nursing, medical lab, all those clinical sciences. He brought them. And just last week, our law faculty have just been accredited. And all our law students will now be going to law school. Because we had the issue before. He made sure he solved that before he leaves office. These are the work Professor Fasina has done. He took FUOYE from wilderness to what we call modern education outfit in Nigeria today. Where were we? We're ranked nowhere. We're nowhere before. Now we are now saying we are number 4 most subscribed. As a result of what we call productive leadership, purposive leadership, which are all the embodiments of Professor Sunday Abayomi Fasina. And you know what God used for him? He was able to choose people. God just assisted him to appoint people that I can call destiny helpers. They assisted him to build that kind of FUOYE he really wanted from the beginning. So the legacies are so huge. And the shoe size is very big.
According to Adeleke, the university has gone beyond Oye Ekiti community to other local governments in Ekiti State.
You know that the impact of Professor Fasina is not only in Oye local government, it's not only in Oye town. The Institute of Part-Time Studies has gone to 5 different communities in Ekiti State. We have our presence in Ire Ekiti. We have in Ifaki Ekiti. We have in Ikole. Of course, Ikole is our twin campus. We have in Ayedu. You see? We have in Ayedu. That's 5 communities. And Ayebaju, we have the headquarters of part-time program. Now, you know what he encouraged me to do? He told me that those communities, then he said they needed our presence. That's so I should try and bring to bear how I can encourage community participation in development of education. That he will support me. That was what he told me. I said, okay, no problem, sir. And I started engaging this community. They wrote to us. The community wrote to us that they wanted to have us. Ayegbaju community wrote to us too. We visited them. All the places they wanted to give us for the satellite campus of Patagua, we visited before the management approved.
Professor Adeleke highlighted his contribution to the establishment of the part-time campuses.
It was not as if the university gave me any money to kickstart all these campuses in all these communities. No money. And what I did was to engage the community. I talked to the obas, the kings. Assemble your subjects. We are doing your community a favor, not in the opposite direction. If you have the presence of FUOYE in your community, you know the impact it's going to have on the economy of your community. Yes. This was the story I sold to all of them. And they assembled all their subjects and they started contributing.
Philanthropic efforts of community members also played a significant role in the growth of the campuses.
In the community today, in the campus, we have our computer science or part-time computer science, mass communication, library and information studies. I want to tell you that just one person in that community donated CBT, ultramodern CBT center, JAMB accredited, to the university through the Institute of Part-Time Study. He built it from the beginning, 250 capacity CBT center, JAMB accredited, worth 120 million at no cost to the university. He equipped it with 250 laptops, server, everything, about 24 CCTV cameras, about 32 air conditions, everything. Only one person did it for the university, through the Institute of Part-Time Study, through our interaction with them. And he donated everything to the university. From there, if you come to Ikole, when we started part-time program, there were conflicts between the part-time students and the full-time student on the Ikole campus. I started receiving calls. Sir, the full-time students have chased us out of the hall. They said they have lectures. They did not allow to do. I would say, okay, relax. And again, I took my team, went to the Elekole Palace. Sir, respect to the king here and there. I am the director of part-time studies. We have received reports from our students. They are having problems on the campus, and there are some communities around you here that have approached us. We want to move our part-time to those. They said, "What? No, we can give you a place here in the town that you can be using." I said, "Well, maybe if you had FASAs, and I don't just want to go and give campus to other when we are in your community." Sir, that week, Barrister Filani, one of the eminent sons of Ikole, called me that I should go and look at a landed property in the heart of Ikole. I think he bought the place. He wanted to make it secondary school before. Said we should go and look at the place, if the place will be okay for our campus, our salary campus. So about 20 plots of land there. And I got to I said, it's okay. Said, okay, no problem. That he will send a contractor to me. I should tell him those things that we needed. And I told the contractor, we needed a hall, this and that. Within a month, 300 capacity lecture halls were built by this man. He turned that campus to what we call a mini campus for our part-time program. He now approached me that, can he name all these edifices after his mom? And I said, no problem, sir. Good. I took it to the university manager because as you are looking at me, against all odds, all their lives are there, my achievements are there in FUOYE, regardless. I don't do anything illegal. Immediately he told me that, I took it to the manager. Manager approved that he can name it. We put it Juliana, I think Juliana Filani. We named one Juliana Filani Hall, and one after himself, another one after himself too. So we did like that. When I discovered the population was growing, outweighing that too, I did a kind of snapshot of all those things. I told somebody to help me put it on a community platform, development, they put it there. And before I knew what was happening, Barrister Olabi called me that he also is interested in having his, you see, that is what we call the IQ of a leader that wants to develop, his institution.
The establishment of the Institute of Part-Time Studies has influenced the proliferation of FUOYE across the state.
Now, they are writing JAMB in Irekiti, a town that maybe, apologies to Ire EDG, a town that before now, maybe 1 or 2 vehicles will pass there in a whole week. Now, when you get to Ire, you see Puba, you see viewing centers, you see a lot of eateries. You see, influx of students there. You see, when they are writing JAMB, it will be jam-packed with students. Students that are coming to write JAMB because of the presence of Federal University of Ekiti. And I'm happy again that the incoming VC, Professor Ogunwole, has also discussed with me several times about the issue of distance learning. He is so passionate about it. He is so interested in it. And he has discussed one-on-one with me that any support that I need to make sure that I build that institute to an enviable height that is ready to give me.
Adeleke identifies another pillar of support to the successful administration of FUOYE's outgoing VC, Professor Sunday Abayomi Fasina.
I want to thank God for the support of the Governing Council of Federal University of Ekiti, heavily led by Senator Ndoma Egba. He has been a wonderful person. He has been a wonderful man. Even throughout the travails of Professor Abayomi Sunday Fasina, he supported him. He made sure that he was not distracted. He made sure that he focused on developing that university.
Fasina's developmental strides have equally been recognized by the Ekiti State government.
The governor, Bao, and he was talking with our VC, and he said, that he's so impressed that anytime you do 4 year here, 4 year here, 4 year, he was thanking our VC that literally 4 years taking over Ekiti. You see?
According to Professor Adeleke, Fasina will forever be remembered for his exemplary leadership, commitment to educational development, and for positioning the Federal University Oye-Ekiti FUOYE as one of the fastest growing centers of learning in Nigeria. Olayemi Rashid reporting for Puff TV.
People of the Fountain.